guys, how you doing? Danny Stewart here for Bass Japan Direct, being a complete slapper as usual. Sorry about that. And today's bass is a Bacchus BJB98. It's a Glay Jiro signature model, apart from it's been refinished by yours truly. Not perfectly, as usual, you know, it's not a pro shop finish, but it's certainly a lot tidier than it was. It came to me with the in its original color, which is kind of a see-through turquoise. This is an older body, by the way. But it had lots of stickers on it and had terrible sticker tan, which just looked awful. So I decided, okay, let's refinish it. And I had this this lovely pearlescent sort of white with a tinge of gold in it. It's a Toyota color, and I think it looks really nice. So I put that on it, and there's a top coat of like a lacquer over that. It's not a pro shop finish, of course. I don't have all the right equipment here to do that, but it is nonetheless a decent enough finish, and it's tidy. It does bear some of the scars that it had, like there's an indentation here and there, but otherwise it's very clean and tidy. You've got a maple on maple neck here, one piece. Extremely good fit. You've got medium frets with a flat crown. You've got Bacchus custom shop pickups. You've got my I made this ramp here, thumb rest ramp out of flame chestnut. Looks pretty. And yeah, it's got great hardware. Tuning pegs are Goto FB3. Great bridge. This is the Goto 201B with the grooves for the saddles to run in so they don't shift around. So it's a very solid bridge. Brass plate. Heavy. Yes, it's a heavier brass plate than your normal sort of standard jazz bridge. So that's great. It's good stuff. Helps with sustain. It plays great. We're set up at your regular, what I always set up at 1.5mm with minimal relief. Style. It's with the tone down. Artist whose bassist was named of Jiro. I don't know his second name, but he was in this band called Glay, which was a punk rock band from the 90s. They were quite prominent here in Japan at that time. I think they had their heyday was sort of late 90s into very early 2000s. And this bass was produced, I think, between 1997 and 2001, and I believe this is 1998, but can't be sure. But it's certainly vintage Bacchus. So you know, he would play with a pick aggressively like that, you know, for a lot of his songs in that band, and that was just balanced again with the tone down. Let's go on the front pickup with the tone up. So I knocked the volume down a bit there, but you can hear. So that's front pickup with the tone up. And for slap. So it's nice, you know, finger style with the tone down. So that's front pickup, bit of palm mute. Carried away there, but I'm just demonstrating. You can play really freaking hard on this thing, and it doesn't bum out anywhere. That's how good the neck is. That's how good the fretboard is. You know, it's handmade at the Asker factory. It's one of their early ones. It has the Bacchus Beginning of the New Tradition, produced by Headway neck plate there. So you know it's all Nagano factory, Japan made, high quality stuff, high quality alder, great high quality maple neck. Their custom shop pickups, you know, it's great stuff. Let's check the rear pickup. Tone down. Tone up. So, yeah, I mean, it's playing great. That's lovely. So that deals really with the jazz mode. So yes, there is another mode. It's very interesting too. So like I said, this is Jiro San's signature model, and this was his signature request, I suppose, because apart from it being the only unusual thing about this is a jazz bass, this is an older body with a maple neck, which is not normal, with a maple fretboard rather, and neck, which is not really normal for a jazz bass. Usually you'd have, with an older body, you'd have a rosewood fretboard, as tradition would dictate, but he's going a little bit against tradition here, and he does so also with the wiring of the circuit. So on the tone pot, you have two, it's a switch as well, push-pull switch. Now it isn't series parallel wiring, although if you preferred that we could change it so that it was, but his choice is to have, when it's pulled up, it's jazz mode, which we've just been through, and when it's down, it's blend mode. So what happens here is that the the tone becomes a master volume, and then you can blend the two pickups to your taste. So you could have full rear pickup, for example, and you could have front at say 70% or something, you know, to get a different sound. Or you could have them both full up if you wanted, or you could have the front up and the rear at 70%, which is different to having both full up, right? So it gives you different tone varieties that you can get just by blending the pickups. Of course, you can get the same. You can get the same thing in jazz mode as well, of course, but you can't set a blend option and then swell the volume. So so I guess it's useful. It has its functions in that respect, yeah. But apart from that, it's going to be sounding the same. So there you go. I hope you will consider this Glay Jiro modified signature bass to be in your collection.